guys, welcome to another video. This video I will be talking about my August wrap-up, which wasn't so good. Alright, like I said, I'm going to go over the books that I read in the month of August, and it wasn't a good reading month. This month I did not finish one book, but I finished one short story. And I guess let's get into it. The book that I started reading, one of them was Anne Rice's The Vampire Lestat, and I got about 305 pages into it. And you saw in one of my reading vlogs, of my first one I believe it was, of me reading it, I never finished it. And that is because I got distracted by another book, which I'll tell you what that one is. This is basically about the life of Lestat and how he came to be and what he's went through in his vampire life and all that stuff, and his experiences and everything. And that's basically what it goes into, and how he ends up finding out that Louis wrote a book behind, not really wrote a book, but had someone else write a book about him in Interview with the Vampire. So you figure out how he found out about that at the very beginning. So then it goes on to how he became a true vampire and his life throughout then, and who he changed and why they changed him, and all his trials and tribulations he has faced while being a vampire over like 200 years, however old he is. That's what that is about. And I didn't finish it because I ended up reading or starting The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I got about 203 pages into it. And basically this goes into the life of Coriolanus, who is President Snow. That's his name, Coriolanus. And you end up seeing how the games are, because it's like the 10th year anniversary of the game, so you see the very beginnings of the games and how brutal that they were compared to what they were in the book. I read the first book, but I don't have really much memory of it since it was years ago, but I'm basing off myself on the movies, more or less, because I remember the movies a little bit more. And you see how some of the ideas, like how the tributes can get food and bandages and stuff from like other people and stuff. So you get to see how those ideas come to be and how they're presented and why they are, or at least where they came from in this book. And then, well, after that, I ended up just starting Midnight Sun. I thought I was just going to start the first chapter and everything. Well, I ended up 292 pages into it. This basically is Twilight, but from Edward's perspective. And so far you get a lot of Edward's thoughts, and what he thinks of Bella, and how his mind reading works, and how that really affects his day-to-day life, or at least how it affects him when he's in school and walks around and things, how it really affects him. And you can really get some family time with him, with his family, and how they really work together, and how they solve their issues, and how their personalities are different from one another. Because I don't think you really got that from the Twilight books, but you really get an in-depth look in their family. Summerween happened, and you saw my reading vlog. If you saw my reading vlog for that, Summerween happened, and I did a little bit of that, and I read a little bit of The Shining, but I'm not going to count that since I didn't get that much far into it. And well, for one of the prompts, I read Dolan's Cadillac in the Nightmares and Dreamscapes short story collection, and I finished that. That's literally like the only thing I finished this month. And this little short story is basically about a man whose wife ends up witnessing a crime, and she ends up saying yes, it was this guy, but it's from a gangster gang, whatever. And he ends up killing the man's wife for revenge of snitching on him basically. And so the man, for like 10 solid years, ends up getting revenge on the gangster who killed his wife. And he basically just, almost spoiler alert, he basically ends up burying him in the middle of a road. He ends up digging a hole into this road, a big giant hole, and basically ends up burying him in the road. So that's how he ends up getting revenge. That is literally the only book I finished, at least the short story I finished in the month of August. Shameful on me. And along with that, since I got the stand-in from my Libby app, I started this, and I got 782 pages in. I stopped reading it because it was a little, it's dense for me, and it wasn't putting me in the right mindset. I don't know if it's because I'm not, because this is about a pandemic that ends up happening, where a sickness, a super flu happens. A super flu ends up breaking out, and everyone ends up, majority of the population ends up dying, and the world basically goes dark, and you end up following that through multiple perspectives and everything. And I don't know if that was kind of dragging me down, because we're technically in a pandemic right now. We're not technically, we are in a pandemic right now. I don't know if that was not putting me in the best of mood, but I was interested in it, but not enough to keep picking it back up towards the end, so I ended up just putting it back on hold. So I will finish this when I get it back, because I prefer it audibly, because I can better understand who the characters are and like where it's going while I'm listening to it. So that's why I didn't finish this. It just got too dense for me, and it wasn't putting me in the best of mood. So, especially with some of my mental health stuff I've been going through for the past 4 months and stuff, wasn't really good for me overall. But that is one I've been reading, or that I read in the month of August. I don't believe I've read anything else. That is basically it for me for the month of August. That's my wrap up. And I guess I should put in my TBR. Surprise, surprise, I'm doing a TBR, I guess, with this. My TBR for this month is, my only 2 goals for this month is to finish this, which I'm working on right now, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to take my time with that. I'm not going to put any pressure on me to finish it. Like, finish it. I'm just going to read it, and if I finish it, I finish it. And after that, I will be trying to get to these. So my goal is to finish both of these books. Is to get these books read, because I started them and I stopped, and I don't want to be in the middle of like 5 gazillion different books and just be lost and not keep track of them. So that's not what I want to do. So I was gonna start a new book, but I'm like, no, I want to finish the 2 books that I started, because I don't want to. I want to do that, because I'll just get confused, cause that's what a lot of times it happens to me, is I'll start a book, or at least what I used to. So I'm getting back in that habit. I want to do that. I want to read one book and then finish it and start a new book. So at least I hate being in the middle of 5 gazillion books. I hate that. So I'll just lose track of what plot is what, and which character is which character's in that book. So that is my goal for this month. That's my TBR. And we will see if I get in a little better mood. Maybe I'll start reading some of my newer books, and maybe I'll reread Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, or something like that. So that is my TBR and my my August wrap up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like. And I hope you guys are having a great day, evening, night, morning, or wherever you guys are at in the world. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.